CNN's latest article, titled "He Got Out of Gaza, but Gaza Did Not Get Out of Him," has sparked a storm of backlash on social media. The piece portrays Israeli occupation soldiers as victims of mental health struggles post-combat in Gaza, while conveniently glossing over the atrocities committed by these same soldiers against Palestinians. CNN focused on the trauma and mental health of Israeli occupation soldiers returning from their genocide in Gaza. But here's where the real issue is. Much of the sympathy is directed at a D9 bulldozer driver, who in his own words had to run over terrorists, dead and alive, in the hundreds, describing how everything squirts out. The same soldiers whom CNN presents as victims have been instrumental in demolishing homes, burning people alive, imposing blockades, and creating mass graves. Yet the piece fails to mention any of this context, instead painting the occupiers as broken and misunderstood, struggling with the horrors of war, horrors they themselves inflicted on others. How is that okay? This is no longer just media bias, it's blatantly whitewashing Israel's war crimes. The broader issue here is not just CNN's skewed reporting, but how mainstream Western media outlets craft narratives that humanize occupiers while downplaying, erasing the immense suffering of the occupied. Palestinians don't get sympathy pieces discussing their trauma and broken families and mental health struggles. They don't even get headlines. They get bombed, displaced, and starved passively, with the culprit erased entirely from the headline, like they just got killed out of nowhere. As CNN and its likes gloss over the suffering of the real victims not only of this barbaric war in Gaza, but also of a 76-year occupation, Palestinians remain faceless, nameless, and voiceless casualties in a genocide where their humanity and stories are consistently sidelined, because they're lesser human beings or lesser creatures to some.